The offense may not have come in full effect today, as it was last night. But they don't ask how you get these W's. They ask how many you got. And the Blue Jays pick up the 2-1 victory over the San Francisco Giants and win their third consecutive series. And with all the talk about Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and him losing his spot to Yandy Diaz to start the All-Star game, and let's be honest, we all love Vladdy, but should he be the starter? If you're looking at the numbers and whatnot, probably not, and he does not get that, but then he also declares he's going to be in the home run derby. And the Jays offense, going into the sixth inning, has done nothing. And if you're watching the entire game, you know the first inning, you watch Springer piece up a ball right at the second baseman. You watch Bo, and I think it was twice, Bo Bichette hit the ball over 105 miles an hour on a line right at guys. And that first inning, I think it was Springer ripped it at 100 miles an hour right at the second baseman. Bo ripped it at 115 right at the left fielder. And you're like, man, they're just not dropping. And I was sitting there in at the ballpark thinking, God, with these not dropping, the Jays' approach is going to change, and are they going to not look great? And that kind of was the case. The offense didn't look great. They allowed Wynn to just carve them up. And when Vladdy was coming up, he was at like 60 pitches through 5 2/3. Like he had done nothing. It's been smooth sailing for the kid. But Brandon Belt works a 2-out walk in the bottom half of the sixth inning. And Vladdy comes up in his previous AB getting plunked in the rib side area. And this is all after the Giants have J.D. Davis got tossed out and Gabe Kepler, the manager, gets tossed out. Next time up for Vladdy, he gets plunked. Now, and probably, obviously, no intention by it. Next AB for Vladdy, same pitcher on the hill. I can't remember which pitch of the AB it was, but he gets buzzed up and in, quite far in. And so this is now twice now for Vladdy. But then, a 2-2 pitch with 2 out and a guy at first, and it looks like he gets that 88-mile-an-hour splitter from Wynn. This time, it's a little bit up in the zone, and Vladdy does his own home run derby impression.
And high in the air to deep left. Peterson back. It is gone! Getting ready for the home run derby, Buck.
It started here on this homestand.
A massive moment for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and the Blue Jays to break the deadlock, to put the Blue Jays in front 2-0. And the vibe at Rogers Center just changed on a dime. There was no offense to that point. They had a measly, 1 or 2 hits up into that point. They had nothing going. But then Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the guy that how many times have we said in these videos that for this team to take that next step, that next leap, Vladdy's gotta be the guy. If you're hitting number 3, if you're hitting number 4 in a lineup that is looking to go to a World Series, you have to be great. And in a big moment where offense wasn't really producing a whole lot, if you got it first, 2 out, you get a cookie over the middle of the plate, you don't miss it. And man, oh man, did Vladimir Guerrero Jr. not miss that, hitting his 12th home run of the season, scoring Brandon Belt to make it 2-0 Blue Jays. And I gotta say, Chris Bassett, it's not gonna be talked about very much considering that Vladdy hit a home run and everyone's gonna drool over it. Bassett was remarkable. He battled his command in the early parts of the game. And I don't know about you guys, watching at home, if you're at the game, you're probably with me in this. Who was calling the game? It seemed to me that it was all Kirky, right? Because I saw Bassett when he's stepping on the hill, he's looking down, no. And I'm like, okay, so it's got to be Kirky. But then there were moments where Bassett's like, I'm going to grab the thing and call it myself. So I don't know what the deal was there. I know before Kirky went on the IL, I know that Bassett was using a lot of, using the pitch count himself. And he was dialed in. We all know what happened before Kirky hit the IL, how great Chris Bassett was. But with Kirky now back behind the dish, I hate to say it, guys. I don't know what it is with Danny Jansen and Chris Bassett, but it just had not worked. Kirk was on the IL, 3 or 4 bad starts for Chris Bassett. Kirky comes back, 6 innings for Bassett today, 3 hits allowed, walked 3. But again, in the early parts of the game, I think most of those walks happened. Hit a guy as well in the first inning, but then had 0 runs against and threw a career high 12 punch-outs. He was remarkable today. That's why the pitch count was so high. Wasn't allowing many hits, but he walked 3 and struck out 12. Right? That's why you didn't see him go any longer, because he was over 100 pitches through 6, but he gave you 6 really good innings. And with Vladdy's home run, that gives Chris Bassett the win, because he was in the bottom half of that 6th inning. Really good job from Chris Bassett. Phenomenal start, and a much, much needed one from him there. So really good stuff. Eric Swanson came out in the bullpen in the 7th inning. He was great. And I was really questioning what you were going to see in the 8th. I'm like, okay, they have Jock Peterson kind of ready to go. He's in I think it was like 2, 3, 4 in their lineup, so it goes righty, lefty, righty. And I'm like, Swanson only threw, 10 pitches in that inning. I'm like, do you go back to him out there for the 8th? You might, because you want him to neutralize Jock Peterson. But he goes with Tim Mayza as John Schneider. And I thought, okay. They pinch hit Wilmer Flores for Jock Peterson. I'm like, I understand lefty, but that's your number 3 hitter. That's wild. And your number 4 hitter's already gone from the game. Very interesting stuff there that I had, because J.D. Davis got tossed earlier in the game. Very weird, but Tim Mayza got it done. Went a clean inning of work, no base runners, had a strikeout. Clean stuff for Tim Mayza. Great job there. And Jordan Romano making us sweat like always, but finds a way to pick up save number 24 on the year. Goes an inning, allows a couple hits, 1 earned run. It was on the RBI single. And look, things got hairy in that 9th inning. He allows the double, which was almost a home run. Then he gives up the single in the next batter. Right? And there's a guy at first now, nobody out, and he's now the tying run because it's a 2-1 ball game to this point. Then he tries to steal. And Alejandro Kirk picks a ball. It was a slider in the dirt, but he picks it, fires it on. What a great pick from Espinal, and it leads it into the base runner. Gorgeous tag, and it get him out there. Huge play there. Because you imagine he's safe. That's a guy at second now with nobody away. Tying runs in scoring position with nobody out. But he gets him out, and then with 2 out, Matt Chapman throws the ball in the dirt, and he gets past Brandon Belt, and we're like, oh, this is torture. But they get Brendan Crawford to pop out to end the ball game. Inning pitch, 2 hits allowed for Jordan Romano, allows a run, gets a strikeout, but does pick up the save. It's the confidence of Romano right now for a lot of Jays fans, including myself, he's making you sweat a lot. And you don't want that. You want a little bit of a 1, 2, 3, quick, no problem, let's get the hell out of here type of mentality. But you're not getting that from Jordan Romano over the last, it's been a little while now. But you pick up the win nonetheless. Offensively, do I need to say much? They had 3 hits total. They only struck out 4 times. They walked twice. The key guy, Vladdy, 1 for 2 with a run scored, had 2 RBIs, obviously on the home run that he hit. That's all she wrote, though. Bo Bichette has the toughest 0 for 4 I think I've seen in so long. Like I said earlier, hit 2 balls over 105 miles an hour on a line right at guys. Tough night for Bo, but hey, ripping the ball on the line is just what he does best. And the Jays did their job tonight. Now, we turn our focus to the weekend set. You have the Boston Red Sox in town starting tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch there. And then on Canada Day, 3:07 first pitch there. Yeah, Yusei Kikuchi going on Canada Day. Oh yeah, don't you love to see it? And then the finale, you have 1:37 first pitch there on Sunday. So let's rip through the starting pitching matchup and wrap this puppy up. James Paxton, the Canadian, unfortunately not going on Canada Day, but he's facing off against Jose Berrios tomorrow at Rogers Center, 7:07 first pitch there. The game 2, the Canada Day game, is Yusei Kikuchi versus Cutter Crawford. All right, so that's the game 2 matchup. And then the finale is Garrett Whitlock. Wow, man, he was so good for them a while back. Now he's, 4-3 with a 5.15 ERA. Whew, man, that's tough for Garrett Whitlock. And he's going up against Kevin Gausman there in the finale on July 2nd. So let's get a little preview of the Red Sox. They're 2 games under 500. They've lost 5 consecutive games. They have not been very good. I don't know if injuries are plaguing them. Let me really quickly check the roster, see if there's any injuries that are, I guess, at the forefront. Tanner Houck, Richard Blyer, Corey Kluber, Jolie Rodriguez. We obviously know about Chris Sale. John Scribbler. He's injured, so that's kind of good because he's actually very, very good. Unfortunately, Reese McGuire's injured, so they have Connor Wong and Caleb Hamilton as their catchers. Yu Chang is hurt. Mondesi, Trevor Story's still out. So nothing really crazy going on there. Not really many injuries going on for the Red Sox. They've just lost 5 straight games. They have not been very good. For the Blue Jays, as I mentioned, win the series. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the game today, smack that like button. Do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I'll talk to you guys, Jays Edition, of course, Game 1 of the 3 games against the Bo Sox. Starting tomorrow night, Jose Berrios on the mound for the Blue Jays, and James Paxton, the Canadian boy, on the mound for the Red Sox. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the W today. Talk to you guys then.